Two things we'll discuss in this video today. Number one, how did I score the maximum points in the layout and organization of the portfolio section? And I will also tell you how you can do that too. Secondly, I will discuss another section of the portfolio where you actually go about listing your previous job posts in the portfolio, which does not score you any points, but it is important because it gives context to the rest of your portfolio. So the 3 points you get by making sure that the layout of your portfolio is good is an easy way to gain points. There's absolutely no excuse that you should be losing these marks if you do the right things. And as always, I will also show you the example from my own portfolio highlighting how I organized the layout. There will also be a link to the evidence folder that the Royal College uses to grade all the candidates. You'll find that in the description below. And just like in my previous videos, at the end of the video, I'll give you some important points to consider as you're building up your portfolio. So first, we will talk about how do you list the previous posts in your portfolio. So one thing you'll notice when you're going through the evidence folder and preparing your portfolio, one of the things that has been asked of you is to list all the previous job posts that you have done as part of your ophthalmology portfolio. The way you do this is you have to start with the most recent job post at the top and then going backwards in time. Now let's say you were not doing a clinical post, let's say you were doing a research project or you were taking some time off. It is good to mention that and mention what exactly were you doing during that time. And as I said before, this has to be in chronologic order, starting from the most recent, going down to the oldest. Well, you might be thinking, well, this section doesn't give me any points, so what is the point? Why do I have to put effort into it? Wrong. The reason this section is important is it gives context to the rest of your portfolio. It's good to know that this presentation that you did was during this particular job, or that particular research project that you did was during another job that you did. It helps put everything together and makes it easier for whoever's scoring your portfolio to understand the hard work you've put in and at what stage in your life all of these evidences came together. What you will also notice is that I have also given dates and made it very easy for anyone going through this to figure out exactly what happened when. So I would obviously recommend that to you as well. Well, now that we have dealt with the quick listing of previous posts, we will now move on to the point that actually gives you marks. And this is the layout section, which gives you 3 points. To give you some context about these 3 points, if you had passed the FRCOphth Part 1 exam, now this exam is considered one of the toughest exams in the field of ophthalmology here in the UK, you would have gotten 3 points for that. You're getting equal amount of points as Part 1 exam as you are for having a good layout of your portfolio. There's absolutely no excuse that you cannot prepare for this and that you cannot make it look absolutely nice and get those 3 points. So the portfolio that I had also uploaded is no more in a format of a folder. It will be in the form of files which will need to be uploaded into the portal by the date, which is the deadline of portfolio submission. So I'll show you what I did. I did all of my layout using Google Slides. I just like Google Slides. I like it more than Microsoft PowerPoint. Each section of the portfolio had its own PDF file, and each PDF file had the name of the section in it. It also had a number next to it, which showed the exact order in which the evidence folder is arranged. I also made a separate contents page, and this is what it looked like. As for people who sometimes ask me, did I use a pre-made template? I did not. I couldn't find a template which encapsulated the kind of simplicity at the same time sophistication that I wanted to show. So I wanted to create something by myself. And so this is what I did using Google Slides. So no, I do not have any pre-made templates to give out to you, unfortunately. And I think if you are submitting something by yourself and you've done hard work for it, to get 3 points, the least you can do is maybe spend a little bit time polishing the layout. And I'm sure there's loads of resources online that you can find to get the right theme, the right design. I would spend some time on that as well because I personally did too. Ultimately, I went with a very simple look, but something which was easy to understand for anybody who was going through my portfolio. So as I said, each section of the evidence folder had its own PDF file with its own number at the beginning. And within that section's PDF, I had another contents page at the start of the section's evidences. What was my aim with this? What was the goal? The goal was if any reviewer opened up the document and had a look at the first content page of the section, they would have everything they need to score the points that they needed to score. If there was any ambiguity about any of the items that I had mentioned in this first contents page, then the rest of the document would come into play where they will find all my evidences connected to the initial contents page. So the whole aim is to try and make it so easy for the reviewer to score marks for you that they cannot help but think that the organization is so well done done that they haven't found any difficulty in trying to score points for you, and that's in your best interest. Exactly what layout is key, what theme is absolutely essential, there is no official guidance on this. It is a very subjective matter on what is considered good or bad. I have shared with you what got me the full marks in hope that you can probably benefit from that as well. But if we were to use logic, just pure logic, in determining what would be considered a good layout for the portfolio, it would be something that makes it easy for the reader to read. And so anything you can do to make the reviewer's life easy in scoring marks for you would be considered a good layout in my book. And that has worked for myself, and that has worked for my other colleagues as well. And a bad layout, on the other hand, would be something that is difficult to read and difficult to score. If your reviewer has had a look at your portfolio and is finding it hard to locate the evidences, is finding it hard to match your portfolio with the evidence folder that was supplied to us, then probably not going to get the 3 marks. So important point, as promised at the beginning, is make sure you get a colleague or ophthalmology trainee to have a look at your portfolio after you have sorted everything out and put it in its place. This can also be a consultant who is accessible to you, and make necessary alterations as you get the feedback from people. The last thing you want to do is stay within a bubble, create your own layout, and then get nobody to feed it back to you and just submit it. You want other trainees, other consultants to give you some feedback based on which you can then finalize your final template. So guys, that's how you can score higher mark in this section, and how you can list out your previous jobs. If you would like me to keep making such videos and more of this content, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel. And if you have any further comments, any questions, please leave them down in the comments section. I always read your comments. And if you would like to see my latest video, you'll find it right over here, and I will see you in the next video.